Something happened between my 37F husband, 39M, and best friend, 36F. What do I do now? I'm still trying to process what's happening, but I need help figuring out what to do next. I've been married to my husband, 39M, for 12 years, and we've been together for 15. We have 4 amazing kids, and our relationship has always been rock solid. Or so I thought. My best friend, 36F, has been my confidante for years, and we've shared everything with each other. But now, something has happened between her and my husband, and I'm left reeling. I'm not even sure if I'm posting in the right subreddit, but I'm desperate for guidance. My mind is a mess, and I can't think clearly. My husband, 39M, and I, 37F, have built a life together over the past 15 years. We've been married for 12 of those years and have 4 beautiful kids. Our relationship has always been filled with love, trust, and mutual respect. We've been each other's rock, supporting and encouraging each other through life's ups and downs. But now, everything feels uncertain. My mom's health has taken a turn for the worse, and I rushed out to be with her on Friday morning, taking our youngest with me. We're scheduled to return home tomorrow night. But my world has already been turned upside down. Just a few hours ago, my best friend called me in tears, distraught and heartbroken. She had just discovered that her husband had been cheating on her, and they had gotten into a huge argument. She was a mess, and I could hear the pain and betrayal in her voice. She asked if she could come over to my place, but she had forgotten that I was still out of town with my mom. I talked to her for a while, trying to calm her down and offer what little comfort I could from afar. I listened as she poured out her heart, feeling helpless to do more. I then called my husband to explain the situation and asked if it would be okay for my best friend to spend the night in our guest room. He agreed, saying it was fine, and I thought that was the end of it. But little did I know, something was brewing, something that would shake our lives to the core. I had brought our iPad with me to my parents' place to keep our youngest occupied during the visit. It was logged into my husband's Apple Idaho email, which meant his messages and calls would show up on the device. I hadn't thought much of it, assuming it would just be the usual work emails or texts from friends. But when I went to put the iPad on charge, my heart skipped a beat. I saw tens of messages from my best friend to my husband, and my mind started racing. Why were they texting each other so much? And why did it feel like they were hiding something from me? I tried to push the thoughts aside, thinking maybe they were just discussing my best friend's marital issues, but the seed of doubt had been planted. I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. It seemed strange that my best friend and husband were texting each other so much, especially since they were supposed to be in the same house. I knew it was wrong to snoop, but my curiosity got the better of me. I ended up reading the messages, and what I saw made my heart sink. It became clear that something had happened between them, something that they were both trying to keep hidden. According to the messages, my husband had confronted my best friend about her behavior, and she had been asked to leave our home. But here's the kicker: my best friend wants to keep whatever happened a secret. But my husband is adamant that I deserve to know the truth. He's right, I do deserve to know. But now I'm not sure if I'm ready for it. I'm completely lost and don't know what to do or think right now. My mind is racing with questions and emotions, but I have no one to turn to. I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of uncertainty. Should I confront my husband and best friend? Should I try to forget what I saw and pretend like everything is fine? Or should I take a step back and reevaluate all of my relationships? I'm torn between feeling angry, hurt, and betrayed. I want to talk to someone, anyone, about this, but who can I trust? I feel like my whole world has been turned upside down, and I'm left standing here, alone and confused. What am I supposed to do now? Update: I took your advice and decided to have the conversation with my husband in person. I waited until I got back home a few hours ago, and we talked after dinner when the kids were all asleep. My former friend had showered and freshened up, and my husband offered her leftovers from dinner. They started discussing her marital issues, and I thought that's all it was. But then, out of nowhere, she tried to get cozy with my husband, attempting to snuggle up close to him and show affection. My husband immediately pushed her away, making it clear that was not okay. But she didn't take the hint and tried again, telling him that she had feelings for him. That's when my husband told her she had to leave our home, and I'm still trying to process everything that happened. My husband was honest with me about his thoughts and feelings, and I appreciate his sincerity. He admitted that he was tempted to call me late last night to talk about what happened with my former friend. But he didn't want to add more stress to my already full plate while I was caring for my mom. He wanted to have this difficult conversation with me in person where he could be present and supportive. He thought it was important to be physically there when he told me, to show me that he's committed to our relationship and to working through this tough situation together. I appreciate his thoughtfulness, even though it's hard to hear what happened. I've spoken to her since the incident, and she's back at her own place, but her husband is still not there. She's been extremely apologetic, claiming she wasn't in the right mindset and made a huge mistake by trying to pursue something with my husband. She's begging me to forgive her and not end our friendship, saying she values our relationship and can't imagine losing me. While I do feel sorry for her, I'm struggling to reconcile her actions with our friendship. She knew how much I love and cherish my husband and our family, yet she was willing to risk ruining everything for her own desires. I'm finding it hard to forgive and rationalize her behavior, and I'm not sure if our friendship can ever be the same again